Helly is a Yankee Doodle dandy anyway?
Yeah, it literally translates to Delulu, American clout chaser, but let's go to the timeline, bestie. So the original Dutch word is Yankee. That means like little Johnny. Now, because during this time, all of the Europeans were trying to settle in the New World. Now, this area here, we call it New England, but it was actually New Amsterdam because the Dutch had gotten there first. But then all of these English guys started coming around. They didn't know their names. They just called them John or Johnny. And that became slang for New Englander or later colonists or now just American, like the New York Yankees, okay? So then here 100 years later, France wants to get in on this colonization game because they were like always kind of like Brittany versus Christina, like they wanted the biggest empire. Now France has teamed up with a lot of the Native American tribes that were mistreated by the English. Now England is sending over like legit troops from England, but also they're teamed up with American colonist militias. Now what happens here is the English soldiers think they're more sophisticated than colonists and they write an entire diss track about them. This is making fun of the Americans. Like they're saying Yankee Doodles. They're literally American idiots. This is German for idiots. Shout out to all my elder emo Green Day fans. Went to town riding on a pony. They don't even have real cavalry soldiers. Like they're like country bumpkins. Stuck a feather in his cap and called it Macaroni. So that is a reference to, again, England doesn't get along with France. So during this time, transportation's easier. It's like the Enlightenment. The revolutions are going on. So, you know, a lot of English young men were kind of having a Euro summer. They would go to Italy and like eat macaroni, go to France and try on the big tall wigs, and then the men would come back to England and the aristocracy would be like, oh my gosh, you're like a macaroni, are you French? Like, that's girly, that's weird, you're a poser. And they're like, you know what, we kind of love it, actually, kind of slays. We're gonna be the Macaroni Fashion Club. And then that later kind of translates to dandy or bourgeoisie, like a Gatsby, like a hipster, like basically all the social classes, gender norms, like those were breaking down and people were subverting it with fashion. But when these terms are used by someone who's like upper class, old money, it's an insult. Now this war was expensive and England was like, you know what, you should have to pay for that because we were defending you against France, and that's why they started taxing everybody. So that is why the American Revolution happened. We were like, no, we're never ever getting back together. So we team up with France because they were petty about this to fight against England, and England loses. Now again, why did we have this song? Because when the English surrender at the Battle of Yorktown and George Washington has them escorted out, the American band plays this song. It's kind of like we reversed the narrative and kind of turned Yankee Doodle into a flex.
The tea is hot. Be sure to like and follow if you enjoyed this video, or leave a comment if you have any questions or something to add to the story, and be sure to share this video with anybody in your life who loves history.